Hello and welcome back to the 9 Enneagram personalities and figuring out what makes people tick. When you do this, it makes life juicier, more interesting. You understand other people's perception and go, you think like that or you react that way. Very different from yourself, but it makes life much more interesting. And you're able to connect at a deeper level with other people in their relationships and at work. So we've talked about the one perfecter who needs to get everything right in order to avoid punishment and not be judged. The two supporter believed that they needed to give in order to get back, that love is not unconditional and that they needed to earn it. Therefore, they look after other people's needs. The three achiever believed that they were valued for what they did and not who they were. So they go about the world achieving in success. The four expressor believes that they've been abandoned. And so those are triggers for them, the what's missing, looking for what's missing, and always looking when they will be abandoned. The five contemplator is a personality that's in their head and they believe there's not enough time, energy, or resources. So they're always holding back and conserving their own energy. And here we are today with the sixth questioner also in the thinking triad. So the sixth questioner's limiting belief, the world is unpredictable and hazardous. Hence, people often can't be trusted and can't be trusted with one another. So the sixth questioner is the personality that's always looking out to the horizon for what might go wrong. They're have high anxiety until they learn their personality type and how to manage it more effectively. I had a good friend who took many, many of the other personality tests, and none of them could ever sort of give accurate information fully. And the Enneagram was the only one because the sixth questioner is the only personality type that is a dichotomy to themselves. They are phobic and counterphobic, which sounds confusing, but when you delve into it, really helps the six questioners understand themselves and helps them to react differently, to helps them with their anxiety. So they focus on safety and security. They use logic, realistic rather than emotional. They're the devil's advocate to flush out the whole truth. And boy, if you have a distrusting questioner in your life, they're always looking for what's not the truth, what's real and what's not real. They are extremely loyal to family and traditions and to their work and to their employers. They have a few very trusted friends that are important to them. Some of the other personalities that are more social have big groups of friends and maybe many different kinds of groups of friends. But for the sixth questioner, they may have friends from their childhood and late into their life that are still trusted friends. They like clearly defined tasks and they do them well. They are able to act quickly, challenges own worries by doing courageous things. That's the counterphobic. So even though they may be afraid of ziplining, they push themselves to do that so they don't stay in the fear. Um, Reliable, has a sharp wit and sense of humor. Oh my gosh, one of my sons is a questioner and he's always zinging me. And they're very, very likable. They have this sense of humor that they laugh at themselves a lot. My son and many other personality, six questioners, you can identify them. They'll leave the house and they'll say, did we shut off the iron? Do I have my wallet? Did we lock the door? And unless you understand why that is, that can get very tiring. However, if you can be humorous with them and just reassure them, it all goes away. Challenges with them, worries a lot, and is very doubtful. People need to earn their trust, and sometimes they need to earn it over and over again. They can be their own worst enemy. Skeptical. They're very skeptical of things in the world and often even with their authority. Difficulty reaching decisions. They often do worst case scenarios and maybe pessimistic. Here's the interesting thing though. Questioners don't see themselves as pessimistic. They see themselves as realistic. Relationship style. They seek security and certainty as a substitute for basic trust and to avoid feeling fear. They can be playfully childlike or a little eccentric, which most people find very endearing. They're exceedingly dedicated, loyal, committed, are honest, fair, reliable, prepared, and over-prepared, sharp sense of humor. If you're in the dating world and you meet some of these questioners, you might think, oh my goodness, this person is so worst case scenario and pessimistic. And yet, when you get to know them and their sense of humor, I will tell you, if they've come to trust you, you will have the most loyal person you could ever imagine, and stable and reliable and there for you and quite funny. To get along with them, and I've just mentioned they can be seen as worst case scenario, and they're always scanning the horizon for what can go wrong. And why do they do that? So that they can always be prepared. They've run through scenarios in their head, probably 10 of them for any particular situation that may ever come up. And that's why they can react so quickly in situations. One of my Enneagram teachers said he knew someone who was in the building at 9/11 and was able to take some people out with them because knew which stairway to go down, which would be the safest. So for questioners, they never go into a room without where's the doors, where's the exit, is the roof safe? They're always looking for safety. And they are looking for assurance that you are trustworthy and loyal. And what they need is for you to stay consistent so they can build trust with you. For the questioner, interrupt the pattern of spiraling into fear. Validate for yourself that you are good at anticipating problems and instantly coming up with the solutions. Know your quick response is one of your gifts. If you can see what happens, then you can react quickly to prevent it. So here's some famous people that you might be surprised that might be this personality. Anderson Cooper. He is a reporter on CNN and often goes into war-torn countries, into dangerous situations, and yet is this personality type. David Letterman, Ellen DeGeneres, Kelly Ripa. If you listen to her show, she will say things like, oh, I'd just like to stay under my bed and never come out. It's always an unsafe world out there that she's looking for safety on. Hugh Jackman, Diane Keaton, Charlie Sheen, Julia Roberts, Ben Affleck. If you start watching the energy of each of these personalities, that's what's going, and patterns, that's what's going to help you identify them so that you can understand them. When you meet a questioner, they might not show you right away their anxiety or their fear or their distrust, but it comes out in different statements. So be reassuring to them, be stable. When they laugh at themselves or poke fun of you, that's one of their very endearing qualities. If you have any questions, I offer a free call on my website, eileenhead.com. I'm happy to help you in a situation you might be having with any one of these personalities and help you understand yourself better and how others tick. eileenhead.com.